Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving's hidden pagan roots. But before we begin, I just wanted to remind you guys that I just dropped some new designs over at the Truth store. We got all new shirts and tees in the new Truth official tees and hoodies, plus many more new designs that are only going to be available until the end of December. So if you'd like to further support the channel and help with the funding of Truth Records, check out the Truth store. The link would be in the description. Now, let's get right into it. Every year on the last Thursday of November, many people around the world celebrate Thanksgiving by coming together with family to have a feast. People come together and eat like kings, gorging on turkey, mashed potatoes, and pumpkin pie, all while giving thanks to being with family. I remember Thanksgiving as a child was always great, as I was surrounded by family while eating unlimited amounts of food. Even though Thanksgiving was always great, I never really knew why we celebrated it. I used to think it was due to the Pilgrims hosting a feast for the Native Americans, as that's what I was taught in school. Now, as an adult who thinks for himself, I came to the realization after researching Halloween and Christmas and finding out their sinister origins that Thanksgiving might have been hiding something as well. You might be telling yourself right now, what is the truth possibly going to say that can be bad about Thanksgiving? It's a holiday about eating and coming together with your family. Don't get me wrong, my intentions with this video aren't to ruin Thanksgiving for anybody. I am not telling anyone not to celebrate Thanksgiving with their families. That's not my point with this video. I just want people to know the truth so they can determine if it's something they even agree to celebrate. If you saw my video on the Halloween movies, then you should already remember that Halloween is a pagan festival called Samhain. Last year, December, I made a video on Christmas, which is another pagan festival called Saturnalia, which was celebrated by the Romans to praise the god of Saturn. Just like Halloween and Christmas, Thanksgiving is no different. Thanksgiving's true origins have nothing to do with the Pilgrims and the Native Americans, as Thanksgiving can be traced back much further. Thanksgiving is actually a pagan festival that was celebrated by the Celtics and the Romans. The Romans were known to celebrate something very similar to the Thanksgiving people celebrate in modern times. The Romans celebrated a festival called Saturnalia. The festival was in honor of the harvest goddess of grain called Ceres. The Romans would feast and celebrate with friends and family just like people do today. The Celtics used to host harvest celebrations as well, in honor of a good harvest granted by the gods. This festival eventually became the British festival called Harvest Home. Even though Harvest Home didn't take place every year on the same day, it was still meant to celebrate the good harvest. There was also a separate religious holiday that was called the Day of Thanksgiving, which was practiced in the Church of England, where people would pick one day to give thanks to God. This may be how the holiday got its name, but all the Thanksgiving traditions, especially the Thanksgiving feast and the food of choice made for the feast, all trace back to these two pagan festivals. A lot of the traditions we incorporate with Thanksgiving traces back to pagan roots. For example, the cornucopia is a Thanksgiving staple, and it can be seen in many images associated with Thanksgiving. The cornucopia is that horn basket with fruits and vegetables sticking out of it, usually seen on Thanksgiving decorations. The cornucopia was seen as very important for the Roman harvest traditions, as they believed it traced all the way back to the gods. The Romans believed that a goat ripped off its horn and gave it to Zeus as a gift. He told Zeus that as long as he had that horn, he would never go hungry, as the horn would reproduce food on its own. This is why the cornucopia basket is always full of food when it's shown. We can see the pagans had an obsession with the horned beast, as we see time and time again the Baphomet goat worship coming from the Romans and the Celtics. Another famous Thanksgiving tradition is turkey, as it's the center dish of the feast. Many families across the US celebrate their Thanksgiving feast with a turkey, not really knowing why. The turkey is associated with the Native Americans, and they see the animal as a connection to the land. Similar to the Celtics and the Romans, they worship nature and the gods. This is why the turkey has been chosen, to honor the harvest. What many people don't know is that all these pagan holidays are connected to one another. All the holidays happen in a specific order for a reason. Halloween comes first. As the Celtics and the Romans celebrate Samhain, they will perform rituals and sacrifices for the god of death in order to have a good harvest. Then Thanksgiving takes place to give thanks for the harvest. The entire festival of Thanksgiving is to give thanks to those that were sacrificed for the good harvest. And then Christmas comes, which in reality is Saturnalia, where the Romans believe was the birthday of their god Saturn. They celebrated Saturnalia to honor the god who blessed them with a good harvest. This is why every year around the end of the year, these big three holidays take place, and we hear people begin to talk about the upcoming holidays. These holidays are simply created to manipulate people to blindly participate in pagan traditions. Most people don't ask or even look into the holidays they choose to celebrate. These holidays have become normalized to the masses, so they blindly participate in them. Our people are sadly lost as they have been tricked with false narratives and lies. A lot of people believe Thanksgiving is a holy day and that it's spoken about in the Bible, but this is not true. The main traditions of Thanksgiving goes directly against the Bible, which is the Thanksgiving feast. The Bible speaks against gluttony, warning God's people not to partake in that activity. We obviously know why gluttony is considered bad, as eating more than necessary is not good for anyone. Thanksgiving is an entire festival that glorifies gluttony and eating way more than needed. America is built off these greedy values of having more than you need. We praise materialism and money. This is why Thanksgiving traditions work so well with America. Having a feast with way more food than needed is such an American thing to do. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, I didn't make this video to tell any of you guys not to celebrate Thanksgiving. If you want to celebrate Thanksgiving, I'm not judging you at all. I just simply wanted you guys to know the truth about the holiday. There's a reason why people celebrate these holidays. It's not just to eat turkey and be with family. It's to honor the sacrifices made for the good harvest. And this year, we saw just how many sacrifices were made. It's just another pagan tradition that we have been manipulated to celebrate. We the people should know what we're partaking in and not just follow what we're told. Those who run our world believe the masses are just sheep to herd whichever which way they want. We must prove them wrong and show them that we're smarter than they believe. Now, I'm interested to know your guys' thoughts below. Did you already know this about Thanksgiving? Did anything I say today change your views on Thanksgiving or any of the holidays? If you still choose to celebrate Thanksgiving, no judgment. At least now you know what the holiday is truly about. Like I always say, we must remember that every day we wake up, our souls are at stake. And we also must remember to help those who can't see the truth find the truth. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I just wanted to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you would like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truthfist store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make helps with the funding of Truth Records. The link to the Truthfist store is also in the description. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. If you like this video, please leave a like as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.